Gunning with who you with, Kirk, though.
Welcome to the show. Let's get this party started.
I'm out.
Hopefully, y'all had a great day
I'm
today.
out. I'm out.
It wasn't allegedly because he was charged.
Welcome to speak. I'm out. I'm out.
Why there must be some good wings.
I'm who you with, Kirk, dog.
Welcome to Speak on the Kurt Dog. I'm Kurt Dog. What's going on? We are back live once again. We trying to get our Thursday nights back. Me and my homegirl, Miss Risky, is in the wings waiting. Hopefully y'all been having a good time. I know we haven't been on in a while because of our work schedules, but we're trying to get back into the swing of it and trying to work it out. But hopefully, even though I haven't been on, hopefully y'all have taken my advice, especially if you here in Texas. Hope you did get registered to vote. Early voting start next week. We're gonna hit on some of the lies that is going on in the media today, a little bit later. Um, but we're going to talk about other things, stuff that we haven't heard on mainstream media, like the Kansas City serial killer. We're going to talk about that. Um, we're going to talk about Herschel Walker and his lies, and also Greg Abbott and his lies. So you can also chat live with us in the chat room. And also, you could call in also 972-591. Uh, boy, my mind went blank just like that. That's 972-591-3665. 972-591-3665. My girl, welcome to the show, Miss Risky. How you doing?
Sleepy.
Boy, you have a lot of energy. You know that?
So much. These
I know it
crazy
been.
people at work just zapped the life out of me. And then we have time card system was down because they linked it with the T-Mobile account, and someone forgot to pay the bill.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, payroll closes tomorrow.
Uh-oh.
So yeah.
So y'all letting T-Mobile handle y'all time card?
It makes sense
Somebody
because we
get
just found out. Somebody had called in saying that, or sent an email saying they called the number that was on the time card, because they were like, oh, maybe the system's down, see if it's going to get up and running. And they said there was a message on there talking about the account was suspended because the bill wasn't paid
ooh.
or something. Somehow they phrased it. I was like, what? And then our
That's
second
gonna
question
cost
was
a pretty
like,
penny.
they linked it with the T-Mobile account. What? Makes no sense. Like, they
That's
just
not
don't.
good at all.
Yeah.
Now, I have T-Mobile and I'm not satisfied with their service. Um, like
They ain't
we've
gonna be
gone
happy with
to
our services either because we don't pay bills.
well, hey, my bill is direct withdrawals, so they charge my credit card every month. But the thing is, like if I go to a concert or something, like we went to Mary concert. Um, we've been to several concerts. I cannot go live while we're in these concerts. And I'm like, why? So I'm not happy with T-Mobile. Soon as my contract is up, I'm gonna be looking at making a change because I'm not happy at all. Welcome to the show. T Cal is up in the house. Say, hey y'all, happy Thursday. Happy Thursday to you. No matter where you are, you can live chat with us, let us know where you are, and be a part of the show. I know a lot of people just like to come in, just listen to the show, but hey, this is the people show. We interact with you. We are live, so we will shout out to you. Um, and if you decide to call in, please bring facts. Do not bring false stuff because we all talk about facts on here. So you can definitely bring facts and it's more than welcome. So shout out to Marcella Smith. He reached out to me, I guess, a couple of weeks ago. Shout out to him for reaching out to me. Um, T Cal said, power to the people, most definitely. And when we say people, we mean everybody is welcome here. I don't care who you support, who you don't support, as long as you're getting out, letting your voice be heard, and get out and vote. Because these elections that are coming up, uh, and they're starting next month, it's it's real. It's life or death. All aboard is back in the U.S. What's up, all aboard? Welcome back to the show. Uh, Said smash the like. We miss you all. Hey, we miss y'all too because it been rough on us. When I tell you we've been we working on a second win today. It been rough. With our jobs, the stress behind it, and all of that. And radio chaos is up, and I look like the whole game is
I
coming up
know.
in
I
tonight.
guess Thursday is the magic day
Exactly, the whole
for
game is
everybody.
radio chaos. My brother from another mother out of Canada. Welcome to the show, and all aboard is out of Miami, Miami, Florida. I missed the last time we came back in June, but hopefully she'll be available in March. So we'll be back in March, all aboard. So definitely look out for it. We will be coming back down there. Just gonna be in and out, but we'll touch bases. Um, T Cal speaking to all aboard, and also Radio Chaos. Um, and Radio, we're gonna make plans to come to Canada. My wife told me this morning. She said, "Baby, I think I want to go to Canada." So I think we're gonna make plans to come up there pretty soon. So hopefully we can hook up and do all of that. Um, okay, right. Um, all the boys said, "Yeah, I'll be there." Man, I don't know. This weather is changing, and my eyes are burning. Allergies are all over the place, so I keep rubbing my eye because it's like I don't know what's going on. So, but tonight we're gonna hit on this Kansas City serial killer. I didn't know anything about it until Miss Risky brought it to my attention. I'm like, oh, we need to talk
Yeah,
about
I
this.
mean, it's been a lot of things going on that they have that's gone unreported, and I think this came to light. Everybody's watched the Jeffrey Dahmer series. I did, um, and uh, people like on social media are saying, "Oh, well, there aren't that many serial killers out since then." Because same time,
Hold on, Miss Risky. Hold on, Miss Risky. Hold on. I don't know what it is, but seem like whenever you start talking about something serious,
it's going, you know.
microphone just started breaking up. I'm like, what? I can't. I didn't hear whatever you just said. I didn't hear anything.
I think it's aliens because I just heard a growl or something outside my patio.
See, I can hear
We're
you
being
clearly
abducted
now.
by aliens.
I
Like
can
it
hear you
was like
clearly
a
now. So
low growl, like it was in the distant, but I was like, wow. So how about now? I mean, I'm not touching anything,
you
nothing.
sound clear.
All right, so
You sound clear now.
all right, let's try
I
this again. I
think.
guess they don't want me to list off all the serial killers. Okay. So we during that one generation, we've had John Wayne Gacy, Richard Ramirez, Jeffrey Dahmer, um, Samuel Little, who killed like every prostitute in his area, pretty much, and from the 70s until he, was caught. And y'all need to watch the true crime story on that man because they thought he only killed like a handful of women. He's like, oh no, it was like 100. And he drew them. He was a good, relatively good artist. He drew them, and they identified some of the missing women based on his drawings. So yeah, it was a lot of people. So even though people think that there aren't that many serial killers going around, I think that's false because if you've noticed, there have been a lot of minority um, going missing, females, trans, whatever, they're either mysteriously killed or, oh, they just ran off. Like, we're never just missing. We always run off or runaways. But I think that's the target demographic for these serial killers. Um, no one's just paying attention to it until now. And this has been going around on for a minute. Someone mentioned that in
It's breaking
Kansas
up
City.
again.
Yeah. They don't only talk about the Kansas City serial killer, I guess. Fellow's name is Timothy Haslett. Pull up a picture of him. Timothy Haslett. He's 39 years old. And he was arrested Friday.
Breaking up again, risky.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do about that, so we'll just try to thumb through it. Hold on, let me see if I can show you a picture. So this is. Hold on, I can't see. Oh, my oh, does he disappear?
Yeah.
There he goes. There he goes. Yeah, he looks like he was a serial killer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So the only
Yeah.
reason they found out about him was because one of his victims escaped. A Black female said she had been held hostage for a while. She had, when she was found, EMS crews removed a locked collar and duct tape. She's 22 years old. They also found that she had been handcuffed around her hands and feet. She had wounds on her back consistent with being whipped. And here's the kicker. This guy, he is like a white supremacist, but he's abducting all these minority women. So she claims that he had other victims. Now, the police officers are denying that he's a serial killer. They're like, oh no, this is just a one-off, because they mysteriously have no evidence of other victims, even though, when there was talks about, this happening before she came out, they were like, oh no, there's no serial killer. And then she escapes. Oh, well, maybe there is some truth to that story, but they're still not saying how many victims and what the search is consisting of. But right now, the police say there's no proof that he has killed more than one victim. So they're still, like, I think they knew about it because, again, these women just end up missing, and doesn't say that she was like one of those high risk, like how they always say runaways, or she's from the streets. So yeah, he apparently she just waited for her opportunity to escape when he was taking his child to school. So,
That's
It's
crazy. Want to shout out to Bishop Tony Caldwell, a community and church leader in the area of Kansas City, because he did a video that went viral a while back saying that several Black girls and women are missing from that area. And he sounded the alarm, but no one paid attention. So the thing is, when we call out things, especially from the Black community, we get overlooked, which should never happen. The police and the community need to take action. That's why I say all the time, we need to take back our neighborhood. We need to start policing our neighborhood, because kind of how like it was back in the old days when I was coming up, back in the 70s and 80s. We knew everything that happened in the neighborhood. The older people knew everything that happened. And if they seen you doing something wrong, they said something. They said something immediately. They didn't wait and gossip about it. They said something. They took action. Back in the 70s and 80s, they whooped our butts and sent us home. And by the time we got home, Mama already knew what had happened, and it was another butt whooping. But
But
with
like, remember the
the
Black
killer,
Panther Party started out that way, helping the community, and there were branches off of that. I forgot the group that was in New York that was real bad, that was real big back then. They would patrol the areas, subways, to, you know, try to keep crime at a minimal. So we had like a neighborhood watch type situation. We don't have that anymore. Right now, we just have a bunch of serial killers, and there's also another. I don't know if you remember this. They suspected a serial killer killing homeless people. He was targeting homeless people in New York. They caught a man, um, a 30-year-old
breaking up.
Gerald Breitbard, Brebard the third.
Sound like you have your water, your bubble gun
Yeah,
that you had on TikTok, like it's
yeah, it
shooting
is what
off.
it is. Gerald Breitbard, he's in custody because testers identified him from surveillance photos. There's
You're real
also
low.
there's also another one who's targeting Muslim men and women. Now your stuff is all static.
Yeah,
All static.
it's hard. It's you got low for some reason. I don't know what's going
Yeah,
on your end. Get
because they don't want us to know about the serial killers in our neighborhood because they want to go missing.
exactly. Now I seen this. I think it was ABC did a special somewhere on Friday night, one Friday night a couple of months ago. My wife and I was watching it, and I cannot remember the brother name, but he come out to be a serial killer. He was actually targeting folks, and how he ended up getting caught was because he ended up killing two people in one day, and they put a connection between the two of them, and he knew both of them. That's how he ended up getting caught. And if I'm not mistaken, he's serving life sentence, which he should be. Um, if you take a life, you should. If it's not self-defense, you should be, re- in my eyes, should receive the same thing that you gave that person, because um, it's wrong. It's wrong. Um, yeah, that's we're gonna have to keep our eye on this Kansas City, because it may be eventually it's gonna be more victims coming up, because this young lady said um, she was a victim, and then I believe you said the police said they found no evidence of it.
There's no evidence because they before she was, she escaped. There was grumblings that there was something going on in the area, that there was a serial killer because people are turned up missing, and they were like, y'all, it's just your imagination. And then she escapes. Oh, okay. Yeah, we need to investigate.
Mm. Now, was that in Kansas City or Ohio, where the brother, this young lady, had escaped,
That was
and
Ohio, where the three women were held captive in the room.
one of them
And
escaped and
uh-huh,
ran to the brother, and the brother was like,
yeah,
"I didn't know what was going on. A little white girl just run to me and jump in my arms, saying, 'Help me.'"
he got back from
Uh,
McDonald's. I was like,
but
bruh, no, don't say that.
only
So
thing
yeah,
I can tell people is, if you see something, say something. Stop this non-snitching stuff, because that could be your family member. You could be saving a life. So definitely say something, and bring awareness to it. That's why we need to be visual of everything that's going on in our neighborhood and our surrounding. We hear stories all the time where um, this happened in Houston a couple of months ago. Young lady went out to dinner with her husband, I believe, or a boyfriend or something. Went out to dinner for a birthday. Then they get back to the car. It's a piece of paper on the handle. Not thinking. She moved it off and kind of find out it had some type of poison in it. And she went to the hospital. She's okay, but they were saying that it could possibly be a trafficking thing. So definitely pay attention to everything, regardless of where you are.
Especially
Watch
now,
everything.
it's getting dangerous. It's dangerous out there. And even though, we may report something, we need law enforcement to take these claims seriously, especially
Exactly.
when it comes from the Black or brown community or minority community. Because again, they write it off as, oh, they're just runaways. Oh, she just went off somewhere because they see us all as crackheads and, one with the streets, and they need to get out that mindset. If this isn't a regular occurrence, like me, I told all my poker people, listen, if I'm missing, if I'm not online, come look for me because I don't go anywhere by myself. I don't just up and go, like I'm
Exactly.
missing, find me.
Kind of like last week, you called me talking about, hey, I haven't talked to you in a while. I want to make sure you're still among us. I'm like, I'm still among us, but hey, it's been rough, working quite a bit. So, but I'm not complaining though. Thank God for a job. Um, but that's some good news. Thank you for bringing uh, for actually bringing attention to this, because any stories that we talk about on this platform, we do our homework on it. It take a lot um, to actually do our research on it, make sure we putting out the right information, because we don't deal with conspiracy theory.
Yeah, because I
We
found
only
this story out
but
on TikTok and I was like, let me look this up. And I was like, oh, this is an
oh yeah,
actual news story.
and this recently just came out. I want to
Yeah,
say a couple of
like,
days,
yeah, it was
the
a few
17th, if
a
I'm
few days ago. Yeah.
not
Hmm.
so it's quite a bit. Um, and
The
TK
streets
said
been
it's real.
talking, and I'm listening.
Exactly. TK said it's real crazy. My husband told me about that, and that is scary. Yes, it is. It is scary. And with everything that's going on now, we all need to be careful, because even though they don't talk about it that much, people are taking body parts. That black market is real. So
And
definitely be
selling your
careful.
booty on the black market.
Oh Lord.
They don't care
Uh,
about looks, whatever's marketable. They don't care.
Radio says still working 6 days. Yes. Yes. Long hours. Um, long hours. If you cannot tell, um, my shirt is clean, but I have lost a lot of weight in the last couple of months, because I was almost at 350 and I'm down to 300. So, yes, I've been working quite a bit. So, just trying to stay healthy. That's all. Um, but I guess I'm gonna have to go shopping pretty soon. I hate that.
Right.
I hate that. That costs a lot of money to go shopping.
That is
Uh,
true. But the holidays are coming up. You'll catch some sales.
Either that or gift cards is welcome. um, so yes, I have been working 6 days and haven't been able to. It been a lot. And that one day I'm off, I'm trying to get everything done in that one day and trying to get rest too. It's hard, but I chose that field, so that's what I have to do. Um, but appreciate you, Miss Risky, for bringing this to our attention. We're gonna continue to pay attention to this story, find out when they find some more victims, because they will. Um,
He didn't just
this,
start this, and like I said, she escaped because he was taking his kid to school. So it was just another day, like another day in the office for him. So this is not his first victim.
now, speaking of taking the kids to school, and I know we did not talk about this, and I'm gonna make it quick. You sent me a story earlier about a about an elected official
Oh,
that, yeah. Uh, Speaking of that,
while
and
everybody's bashing the Democrats and liberals and all that stuff, I'm like, but did you see what your boy did outside of the preschool?
exactly,
Which forum did I send that to you on? TikTok?
I'm looking now. I thought it was on Instagram, but I oh, you know what? I think you texted to me. Let me look and see. Uh, uh,
No, that was the. Well, wait.
oh,
Oh,
it
wait.
wasn't. I'm
Oh, no,
looking.
that's something you sent me. I don't know. Where did I send it?
I'm.
I gotta think.
I don't
We're on
know.
too many. We need to keep our have one designated site.
I know it came from TMZ. Um, I
Oh,
know
so
that.
it's if it's TMZ, it's either Facebook or Instagram. So I'm gonna say it was Instagram.
I didn't see it on there. Maybe I looked at the wrong.
Not working with clothes. How is it? Lord, dancing.
Maybe you
And
sent it from your other account.
so how? Oh yeah, because I forget I switch counts sometimes. I have too many aliases. I really do. See, bear with us, people. Like we'll get it together one day.
Yeah,
Today ain't it, but one day.
because I really want to talk about um, call this Senate, this elected official out, because if he's going around, I believe the story said
I'll just look for it.
he was
Let's see,
had it
Republicans.
in his hands in front of a preschool. I'm just saying, I don't know what he was doing. Maybe he had some non-wash off. I don't know, but you outside of preschool with your hands in your pants, that don't look good.
At all.
Yeah, I'm just calling it like it
Let's
is.
see. I think I found the story. GOP candidate quits after cops catches him masturbating outside preschool.
That's not the one you
Um,
sent me, but it sound about right.
that's not the one I sent you.
No, it didn't have that on there, but I didn't know
Oh
he
no,
quit.
I just did a search on the story. You know, it's
Okay,
everywhere. Yeah,
okay.
it's not the
What's his
TMZ
name?
story. So it's Randy Kaufman. He was found October 4th. That's the 20th. Outside a child center in Rio Salado College, with his pants down to his mid thigh and manipulating his genitals into a masturbatory manner. I love when they try to make it seem
Not too bad.
not so lowbrow. Um, so let's see. Kaufman was in full view of the campus's Wurtzel, Wurtzies preschool and child care center, where several preschool age children were playing outside, the report said. And then some officer was quoted as, seriously? Upon finding the Republican playing with himself. Like, bro, really? Like, and so he's like, Kaufman is quoted saying, I'm sorry, I effed up, I'm really stressed.
You couldn't wait until you got home?
Like, but still, optics. You're in front of a preschool. I need Chris Hansen to check all his things. I need his laptop. I need his cell phone because you know there's some kitty porn on there.
Yeah, That's
Because kids are playing around. Like, first of all, you're out in the open. They said he was in full view. Like, this wasn't an accident. Like, you want to rub one out, and discreetly, you go to the back corner and be like, let me do this right quick, and then get business as usual. I mean, I don't know what y'all's process, but in my mind, that's what happens. Let me go around here.
first of all, he's at a preschool. That's jacked up anyway. Um, but then I can't even. That's a damn
Bro,
shame.
he's also quoted as saying, can I say something off the record? And he's like,
Hell
I'm running
no.
for governing board of the colleges. Well, then you
Lord,
shouldn't have been at a school rubbing one out, sir.
damn pervert. And they, damn. And
So he was charged with public sexual indecency, but could face felony charges because of his proximity to the child care center.
he should be. What city was?
Said despite his campaign suspension, Kaufman's name will still appear on the ballots.
Oh Lord, they need to stretch.
He'll probably win
out.
because this is Arizona. Yeah,
but see, some people would vote for him just because he GOP.
Well, there's a lot of felonious politicians on working for us.
Well, if he was in Texas, I'd challenge Greg Abbott to what he said he was going to do.
Is this Kaufman right here? There's a picture. I don't know if that's him. Is this him?
I'm thinking that's the picture I seen. One similar to that. Allegedly,
he looks like a pervert.
Yeah.
They may need to check all the school cameras in that area.
Radio said, is this part of the new tradition of values for the GOP?
Yeah, that's why they want. That's why they were pushing hard for the abortion laws. They need more children out there get their kicks.
Then T-Cal said, for some reason, all I can imagine him watching the kids leaning on the gate in clear view, disgusting.
Rubbing his genitals on the little the wire fence. Hey kids, is this your ball? I got some candy. I'm like, that's just creepy Uncle, whatever his name
is. That's not an elected official. He just creepy, but he don't mean no harm.
Boys being boys.
No, that's a pervert. Say a pervert being a pervert. I'm sorry, but that's just not good.
Yeah, that's disturbing.
Yeah, but back to the regular news. Since we talking about the GOP and some of their lies,
you know me.
That's GOD. No, that's GOP. No, GP.
They went with it though.
Whatever it is, it ain't the same. But since we're talking about the GOP, let's talk about this Herschel Walker situation. His son calling him out about having an abortion, and Herschel playing dumb. Well, I don't
have several seats.
I don't think he's playing. Basically, after they have receipts of him paying this woman a check for paying for her abortion, and he's still denying it. I guess he doing like that old saying, denied until the end, denied until the end.
I have photos and videos of him. And he gonna be like, that ain't me. He gonna quote Shaggy, it wasn't me. That's you, man. In 4K.
Or he'll do the blues song. If you didn't come up and touch me, it wasn't me.
See, what had happened was.
So Herschel, I don't know, that debate last week, but between him and oh Lord, my mind went blank. Um, the Senate in Georgia. Um, I'm sorry, Warnock, who was here a couple of weeks ago and preached at our church. But he's Herschel need to go sit down way back in the back. Him and Kanye both
Yeah.
go way to the very back.
Yeah, in the
Back,
back
back,
corner,
back,
sucking their
back.
thumbs. To the left.
But Herschel's still lying and saying that he's not never paid for a woman abortion, didn't know the woman, but they showing receipts and he's still
Maybe
lying.
it's the
I guess he
verbiage.
doing what
Maybe he doesn't understand what that means. Because you know how sometimes you say something and people deny it, and then you say it, oh, is that what you mean? Maybe we need to simplify, you know, and show them picture. This is the baby in the tummy. Is that what you did?
all right. Herschel, here's your DNA.
Yeah,
Your DNA went into this woman
like
and
with
formed a baby.
graphics.
And basically, she got pregnant because you had unprotected sex. And then it come back. She says she's pregnant. You gave her a check for $700 to have
To
an abortion.
remove the pregnancy, or you got to simplify, because I don't think he knows what abortion means. I don't think he knows. I think he's got a different perception of what that means. I think if you simplified it, he'd be like, oh yeah,
No, I did do that. I guess I
oh yeah,
did.
is that what that's called? I thought
And
that was
then
called appropriation.
when the heat got to him in the kitchen, he decided to pull out that badge.
Listen, Ralphie from what is it? The Christmas Story had a better badge than Herschel's, and that was plastic.
Uh,
I just don't understand.
so radio talking about oops, I mean Herschel. Yeah, he's not in the right sense of mind. Matter of fact, I seen a story where he actually said his mental illness was cured. Hello?
No, I didn't hear what you said. You started mumbling and whispering.
No, he said I seen some headline that said that Herschel said his mental illness was cured. I'm
Oh,
not sure how they was cured because the doctor
well, it
said
can't be. It can be managed. See, I think he doesn't know what things mean. That's the problem. It's like, how dudes be going to prison getting their education, but they use words out of context, and you have to kind of figure out what they're saying because they're using big words that don't quite go in that situation or that statement. I think that's what he is. He just don't know. He got hit upside the head one too many times.
and the doctor told him, said, no, 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 no. That's not how it works, Herschel. That's not how it works.
Woody from Toy Story. Yeah, Woody from Toy Story has a better badge than Herschel, and that's animated.
See, I cannot read the comment. Radio talking about his mental illness was running for the Senate. And
He just wanted to be
I
with
don't
white
know.
people.
I don't know who doing these polls today because they say Herschel is beating Pastor Warnock in the polls. Who doing these polls? Because they not calling me, which I wouldn't have to no way. But they calling certain folks. Because I told you back when John McCain was running, somebody called me and they went by my last name. And they called. And if for some reason I just said, "Oh yeah," I brought my country voice on until it got to the end. They told me we would like to send you a book. I said you could keep that damn book. I ain't voting for that motherfucker.
No, you should have said, "I do need some more toilet paper."
So that's how they doing it. TK said, "Yeah, I saw a TikTok that spoke to how embodies the stereotype who people have for us. Again, disgusting. Exactly. Radio said amazing how he worked for the FBI and also supervised 6 hospital. Great time management. Yeah.
Scary. That's scary. That was, listen, this world. That's why I stay in my apartment. I don't leave except when I need to or feel like I need to, be one with the people for short periods of time. But this world, like, I don't like the direction it's going in.
No, it's I'm surprised. Well, the war is still going on in Ukraine, and Russia is.
And then
I,
Germany getting involved now, and that's
I
the
have.
last group of people you want involved.
I,
Like, because they Russia blew up one of their embassies,
uh-oh.
and Germany was like, wait, huh? We was sitting here eating schnitzels and turkey rear, and y'all done brought us. Oh, now we got to do something. And you know how they are with wars. Nobody wants them involved. They probably
Well,
send 3 dudes out there and end it.
Putin been talking about using nuclear war for a while, and I'm like, look, we need to get these dumbass leaders out of office.
Like, for real.
Stop having a piss test and do what's right for the people,
And
not
stop
just.
trying to make as much money as you can off the blood, sweat, and tears of your people. Like, work with the people.
He uncalled martial law in a couple of cities in Ukraine.
Yeah.
Um, he just automatically said he took over these cities.
It's okay when them Germans go over there. Putin's gonna he's gonna end up missing.
MIA. Yeah, I ain't talking about Miami either. Um, but let's bring it back home for a little bit because I know we's tired.
That's
I,
right, boss.
I haven't ate all day, so I was tired and I'm hungry. Um, but um, see, I get caught up reading the comments. T said, and then crazy Trump supporter don't see any of that. Make no sense. Um, so I try not to read the comments when I'm talking because I some of them be interesting. But back home, I don't know if y'all been paying attention here in Texas, but Greg Abbott, yeah, yeah, the one that's about to lose his job, and Greg Abbott, I
We
know you
hope.
probably listening, huh?
I said we hope. And then we can all sing that song. You
Exactly.
about to lose your job and just do the whole.
I'm like Greg Abbott. Come on, man. Come on. And it's an open invitation. If you ever decide to want to come on here, come on. Come on. Let's
He ain't gonna
talk.
do that.
Let's talk. I know. I know. Um, see, this is why I cannot I cannot read these
No,
comments.
you can roll
So
up to him. I'll just throw a big rock in front of his tire.
going downhill.
I was like, oops, where'd that stone come from?
Early voting start next week. Next week, I believe it's on the 24th, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, it's
Um,
coming up quick.
yeah, coming up next week. So it's gonna take all of us. How they say it take a village to raise a child. Well, it's gonna take a village to get the fools out of office because Greg Abbott need to go. Dan Patrick need to go. Um, Ken, the runaway Patson, need to go. Um, I wonder if he's still running for that subpoena. I don't know, but he need to go. Um, he been running from uh, these charges for a while now, and it's time for him to stand for justice. If you notice, I'm gonna start with Dan Patrick. Dan Patrick is saying in the next section he's gonna make it harder, tougher gun laws. He's going to make a tougher gun laws. Do not believe the hype, because the thing is, they've been in office for so long, they could have easily passed the gun laws to make it harder for people not to get guns, and then turn around. They made it easy for people to get guns. So don't believe the hype of what they're saying. They're going to make the gun laws harder. Don't believe that. Greg Abbott ad that just came out this week showing this sister talking about her son that was killed. And I'm sorry to hear about her son that was killed. Don't get me wrong. But in this ad, she talk about Beto is the one that's setting these laws, making it easy for people to get guns. No, no, no. Let me do it in the voice I would say with my wife. No, 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 no. Because the thing is, Beto is not the governor of Texas. He's not the one that made it easy for the gun laws to get to actually make it easy for people to buy guns. And then on top of that, here it is. Greg Abbott don't care about Texas, our schools, or anything like that. Uvalde, all the school shootings, mass shootings that have happened in Texas. Greg Abbott have the power to put some things in law, but that's not what he's trying to do. So do not get it twisted, because the thing is, Greg Abbott would tell you anything to win this election, but wake up and smell the coffee, because the thing is, he using his sister to spread the lies, trying to get the black vote. But Greg Abbott, when our electricity went out, was it last winter or last winter, when our electricity went out and all these people died, you pissed off a lot of folks. So it's time for you to roll on up out of here on a sheet of ice. So the thing is, we're tired of all this bull crap, because the thing is, when it come down to the Republican have been running Texas since Ann Richardson ran Texas. She was the last Democrat in office. Before then, Greg Abbott was the Attorney General. He did nothing to try to make a difference. Only thing he did was try to make his pockets fatter, which from that ice storm, him, Ken, I believe it's Ken Paxton and Dan Patrick, they all got money from that ice storm, over $1 million. So do not believe the hype. They don't give a damn about Texas. They'll say whatever they want. They will say this border and all of this. But think about how much money we are losing here in Texas. They have spent billions of dollars sending people that's coming across the border to other states, either by plane or by bus. Guess who pockets that's coming out of? Texas got some badass roads that we need to get fixed. Why not do that? As long as y'all been in office, why you haven't done anything about the border? Instead, you want to go ahead and talk about is Biden this, Biden that, but you've been in office long enough. Republican been in charge in Texas for long enough. That's why you are about to lose your job. It's
But also
time.
going back to Biden, everybody's blaming Biden for the increased taxes and gas prices. No, this stuff was put in place during Trump. Because remember, he had those tax breaks for his upper echelon people, and for a limited time. But guess who's feeling the effects of all those benefits that his people got? We didn't get any tax breaks. His people did. And so now we're feeling it now. That trickle down. We're feeling like he literally set it up. And so now it's like, oh, you see, Biden did that. No, he didn't. This was already set in motion.
It was set in motion a long time ago. That's why we talk about voting so much on this platform, because in order to make a difference, it's going to take each and every one of us to get out and vote. I like what Ukraine did. Uh, I seen on the news last night, the prime minister said she wasn't going nowhere. Well, guess what? A breaking news came out today. She resigned. That's the type of laws we need to have here. If people get in office that doesn't do what they say they was going to do, we need to get them out of office immediately. Because what's
term
going on?
limit,
Say what
and
now?
we need term limits
Term
on a
limits.
lot. No
You serve
lifetime
X
appointments.
amount of terms and you out of there. No way Supreme Court justice should have a lifetime term. Hell,
And do
half of them don't
nothing.
know what they're doing no way.
And do nothing with it. Like if you aren't doing anything, like yeah, I'll keep voting you in if you're doing something with it. Because wasn't like Roosevelt, he was like he had like 4 terms, and then they were like, you know what, we need to cap this at
No,
8 years
it
because
happened.
they would have kept it going or something. But yeah, we need to put terms on all this stuff. We got terms on the governor, mayor, all the things, presidency. We need to do it with the Congress and all of that.
Need to set a term, get them out.
And then their salary also needs to reflect us. Like you making millions of dollars, and then when you retire, you still get your full benefits. No, you represent us. We don't get
Exactly.
that. So if you represent us, you get paid like us.
And do you think they ought to drug test them all?
We'll have nobody in office. I think if they did that, they would probably be a little bit more lenient on the drug laws. Like the situation where they're trying to minimize the marijuana, like the people in jail on marijuana charges, like non-violent crimes, try to get them out. And Abbott doesn't want that, and it's like, why? It's just weed. Like, get them out, because there's no reason for somebody to have like a joint and be in there for 20 years.
Now, also what I didn't get a chance to point out in this ad, what the young lady is saying, I believe her name is Stacy. And Stacy, if you are listening, please reach out to me because I would like to know your point of view on all of this. Now, the thing is, she talk about that Beto is supporting the no bail because the person that actually killed her son had violated his bail 37 times. Well, here's the key to that whole thing, and this is why I say it's Greg Abbott lies, because the thing is, what Beto is supporting no cash bail for non-violent offenders, basically meaning the ones that is getting arrested for a joint, get them out. It shouldn't be a cash bail for that. Get them out of jail. Now, if somebody going out here shooting up schools, hell no, no bail. That's a complete different thing. And see, that's why we got to pay attention to what these politicians are saying, because they thinking we can always go and we could tell them to say anything for $1 and then turn around. It's all lies. So you got to be careful what you're saying about the politician or what they want you to say before you start supporting them. They're going to talk a good game. And my thing is, I'm tired of Greg Abbott. It's time for him to go. It's time for him to raise up out of here and go. Just like Dan Patrick, Ken Patson, and Sid Miller. The Board of Education is also on the ballot this year also. So that's the reason why we need a vote. They don't want to talk about the real history of America because the real history of America, they trying to repeat it, but it ain't going to happen. And if more people know about the real history of America, they scared it will be an outcry and they will have to change some things. Miss Risky, I believe you mentioned before that when the Constitution was written, they said it should be rewritten, updated every so often.
Years, like every generation, it should be reflect that time.
Exactly.
I think
So
it was
that's
Thomas Jefferson. I think that was what he he proposed. That never
And
happened.
they overlooked it because they want the same 1800 laws or 1700 laws as it is today. And that's not how it need to work. Everything need to change with time. If we still had the rotary phones on our wall with the long uh, cord on it, people would look at you crazy. So why are we still having these same rotary um, laws from the 1700s to today? We need to
Right.
get rid of them.
And the fact that there are five states in the U.S. they slavery is on the ballot for voters.
Yes,
I
yes, I
mean,
read that.
come
Why
on,
in the hell is slavery on the on the ballot? That
because
don't
a
make
lot
no
of
sense
our
to me.
rule amendments and constitution is based on slavery that they never updated, amended, got rid of. Because like even the prison system, like they made it to where like even once slavery was demolished or what word am I trying to say? You know what I'm trying to say? It's
Yeah,
late. But anyway, when they were trying, when they got rid of abolished, abolished,
yeah.
wrong letter. All right.
Uh,
So when they were trying to abolish slavery, well, when they abolished slavery, of course, we're out there trying to make our way. Well, they made it to where, well, if a person of color does something illegal, put them in jail. And they had work programs. So there's our free labor right there.
exactly.
And that, what was that, the Fourth Amendment, 14th, 13th Amendments, 14th, 13th Amendment? It was one of them amendments. But like we have all these old school amendments and they just sitting there. Nobody's thinking about changing anything. They're just adding more things and regulations to oppress the people without taking care of the root of the problem. That's why we'll never progress the way we should, because it comes from the top. That trickle down, that racism that's encoded in our Constitution, it trickles down. Because if they don't care, guess who else is not going to care? Police ain't going to care. And guess who's not going to care? Police don't care. Our neighbors.
Don't care because it benefit them.
Because anything that happens to us, there's no consequences to their actions. They don't like, yeah, there's laws against committing crimes against your fellow man, but they don't really enforce them when it comes to people with darker skin.
Yeah, exactly. And they
Everyone
and
else
they
is a
say we
victim,
are
not us.
created equal, which is a lie. It's a lie.
Because even they say that's got an asterisk talking about, well, not the, it's like asterisk at the bottom, only white people. White men
White only.
and those European countries that we elect as being white, and
So
north part of Africa.
mm,
I'm still
North
trying to
or the
figure that one out.
South? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Either way, it's time to make a difference. I hope here in Texas you are registered to vote. Uh, the deadline have passed, but if you are registered, please get out and vote. Get out and vote because look at who's running. If you're not sick and tired of the things that's going on here in Texas, Georgia, or wherever you are, at some point you have to say enough is enough. Look at the laws that are being made. Look at uh, how the rich continue to get richer and the poor still struggling. Do not believe the hype. Everybody who is in low income, that's not where they want to be. They want to make an honest living, but because of the way that our laws are made, it's going to be hard. Um, as Miss Risky said earlier, the gas price. Now, the gas price, I know I think I paid like 2.95 per gallon a couple of weeks ago. Next night, it was up to 3.30. I'm like, what the hell? Did I sleep several days or weeks and came back? It went up. So we got to look at all of that. we have to say enough is enough. Food prices are going up, uh, regardless of wherever you want to go. And I'm gonna call it out. I kind of wanted some pizza the other day, and the place I normally get the pizza at, they normally have buy buy any two for $5.99 each. They gone up, so it's terrible. Um, Look at it like that. People having to make a decision between food, gas, medicine, or a place to live. We should not be struggling like this from one of the richest country in the world. We should not be struggling. Take care of home first, um, and get out and vote. Early voting start next week. Do not wait until election day. Go early. Vote. Let your voice be heard, and we'll go from there. Um, Miss Risky, tell the people where they can find you at.
Well, not in these streets. I can't afford to get out. But you can follow me on all social media except Facebook because I'm in Facebook jail until tomorrow, I guess. I don't know. At RSKEE. Instagram, I live on there. TikTok, I'm doing more videos, so check them out. Like, share, do all the things. RSKey.com. You can check out some stuff. I think that's for my blogs, but it links to other things. And if you want to send me a message or a story idea to research, you can send it to rskee@yahoo.com.
Now, I'm gonna go back for a minute, just real quick, real quick. How the hell did you get in Facebook jail?
Huh? No. So one of my peers posted something. They were being funny. It's like, okay, so they made a comment. Should I cut her with a dull, clean knife or a dirty, sharp knife? And so I just said, do the cut her with the sharp, clean knife. And that comment goes against their values and standards, and it's under review. But I also got a notification saying that I was bullying my own sister because I made a comment. I was like, that's my sister, dude. That's not bullying. That's normal talk. So yeah.
Now, little sister did not report you, did she? I
Now
know
this
she.
was no, it just got picked up on the thing because I was like, what are you talking about? But yeah, they sent me a thing that my post I can't post anything. I mean, I can get on there, but that's limited.
Mm.
Yeah, cut her with a sharp, dirty knife. He was like, okay, I hate that.
Okay.
It's context. Facebook, like all the stuff that's on Facebook, all the
They,
platforms, and that's okay.
they just pick on little you.
Yeah, people filming live videos of them shooting each other.
Free Miss Risky. Free Miss
Hey,
Risky.
Miss Risky. Or you can send me some Marlboros and some
That's a,
ramen to my PO box.
you don't want no Benson and Hedges 100s.
No, that's old school.
Oh,
I can sell the Marlboros. those those are high dollar. That's a high commodity.
um, but hey, you can find me. I'm gonna be honest. If you want to reach me, just send me a message. Send me a message. I will get back with you. Um, it might take me a little time, but I will respond back. Um, Actually, I have some people that actually send me text messages, and I will respond. That's probably one of the easiest way of doing it. Text message or social media, send me a message, and I will respond. Other than that, hey, we enjoyed y'all tonight. Um, Please click the notification no matter which platform you're on for you can know when we come back live. You can come back, chat with us, be a part of the show. This is the people show because everybody is welcome. We just ask for a couple of things: be respectful and be honest. Other than that, we love each and every one of you. Until next time.